resting on the rooftop, silver falling through the trees. Every shadow knew my footsteps as I walked into the evening breeze. A single light beyond the forest burned against the quiet sky. Somehow I already knew you'd still be awake tonight. You opened up the old front door with tired eyes that looked like mine. No surprise, no questions asked, just you couldn't sleep this time. The nights are hardest, aren't they? When every memory finds its way home, when silence sounds a little louder than any voice we've ever known. So stay until the morning, we don't have to understand. Sometimes healing starts so quietly, with someone holding your hand. You spoke about your sister's phone calls, the ordinary things she'd say. Coffee cups, a stray cat waiting, traffic on another day. I smiled through tears, remembering the friend who always called goodnight. Maybe love survives forever inside the smallest parts of life. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm scared of hurting you somehow. You gently stopped my trembling heart with words that held me in the now. We're not chasing perfect answers, we're not trying to pretend. Tonight we're simply two lost people learning how to breathe again. The nights are hardest, aren't they? But somehow they don't feel so long. When another heartbeat tells you you don't have to carry this alone. So stay until the morning, let the moonlight slowly fade. Grief is still here beside us, but now it's making room for grace. Hands found each other before either heart was ready. Outside the village slept, inside the quiet room hope didn't arrive like lightning. It arrived one gentle hand at a time. I follow the sound of running water, leaving quiet footprints through the trees. Morning carried little questions on the shoulders of the breeze. An old man waited by the river, fishing where the shadows played. He smiled before I spoke a word, like he'd seen the weight I couldn't say. He said, patience feeds the river, even stillness has its time. The water answered with its whispers, flowing softly through my mind. Grief changes shape, but it never leaves. It moves like water beneath the trees. Some days it's quiet, some days it's rain. It doesn't disappear, it learns a different name. He spoke about a girl called Myra, how her laughter filled the air. kept another unseen life. The creek kept flowing without asking who was right or who had gone. Maybe healing isn't forgetting, maybe healing isn't moving on while carrying the ones we love inside the song. Tears grow few, love isn't measured by the pain we hold on to. It's measured by the lives we keep alive in everything we do. I know, and somehow the creek already knew. The evening waited on the porch, soybeans falling one by one. Grandmother looked into my eyes like she'd known all along. She smiled and said, "You've changed somehow. There's light where shadows used to stay." I looked down at my quiet hands, not knowing what to say. Some stories hide behind the heart, too heavy for an ordinary voice. But silence grows heavier every day until we finally make the choice. The words I couldn't say were living underneath my skin. Grief doesn't leave when we stop speaking, it only learns where to begin. It lives inside our footsteps, it waits inside our sleep. Love never really disappears, it simply settles deep. I told her about my oldest friend, the one who knew my every side. The dreams we built, the years we shared, the day I had to say goodbye. She wrapped her arms around my shoulders like she did when I was young. Some comforts never lose their way, no matter who we've become. She whispered softly through the evening, death doesn't vanish in the rain. It stays within the quiet places until love speaks its name. Then she smiled and looked beyond me, toward the road where morning starts. I think that gentle boy is carried the same winter in his heart. The words I couldn't say no longer felt impossible, because someone finally listened without trying to make me whole. Some wounds don't ask for answers, some tears don't need to hide. Sometimes healing is a family, sometimes it's someone walking beside. Night settled over somewhere beyond the willow tree, tomorrow was waiting again. Morning slowly turned to afternoon, without either of us noticing. Stories drifted through the little room, like birds returning home in spring. You told me how your sister left, how she burned almost every meal. I could almost hear her in your voice, like memories refusing to leave. Then I spoke about my oldest friend, bus rides, dramas, rainy days. We laughed before the tears returned. Some love never fades away. Sometimes grief is far too heavy for one heart alone to keep. Sometimes all we really need is someone willing to sit with it. No fixing, no pretending, no telling pain to disappear. Just another soul beside us saying, I'm still here. The sunlight crossed the wooden floor, quiet hours slipped through our hands. Outside, young flowers faced the wind. Inside, we learned to understand. Every story made the silence feel a little less afraid. Every name we softly whispered brought a little light to stay. You stood beside the open window, watching evening paint the hills. You said everyone needs someone to hold their grief a little while. Those words settled in my heart like rain upon the thirsty ground. For the first time since goodbye, I didn't feel like I was drowning. Sometimes healing isn't finding all the answers we once knew. Sometimes healing is a doorway opened by someone like you. I ask, can I come back tomorrow? You smiled before the daylight faded. I'll have coffee ready, and somehow it sounded like hope. Disappeared in amber. The old house welcomed evening light. Between two unfinished stories, tomorrow quietly arrived. Your little house stood near the forest, old wood breathing through the years. Fresh green leaves beside the doorway, growing slowly without fear. One photograph upon the wall, a smile frozen in the light. I never asked whose eyes were watching. Some memories deserve their quiet. Steam was rising from the teacups, filling every empty space. Sometimes warmth unlocks the stories words have hidden for years. We were two stories, missing chapters, turning pages torn apart, holding names we still whispered like prayers inside our hearts. You lost someone who knew your laughter. I lost someone who knew my soul. Maybe broken doesn't mean we're empty. Maybe we're learning to be whole. I spoke her name above the silence. Minji still lived inside my voice. She carried pieces of my lifetime. Now I carry all the noise. You looked down into your teacup, then quietly spoke her name. Mirrored for years of unanswered mornings, yet the ache remained the same. No one reached across the distance. No one tried to fix the pain. Sometimes understanding finds us simply hearing someone's name. We were two stories, missing chapters, reading lines we couldn't change, searching through unfinished memories, wondering why love leaves. You said your heart stopped with your sister, mine stayed with my oldest friend. Some losses never ask permission, they simply change the way we live. The kettle sang into the silence outside. Young flowers reached the sun. Life kept growing past the window, while two strangers became one. Not in romance, not in forever, just in knowing neither of us was alone. We were two stories, missing chapters, but maybe this is where they start. Not replacing those we've treasured, not erasing every scar. We'll carry every precious memory, every name the seasons keep and write the pages still before us with the courage grief can teach. The tea grew cold between our hands. The afternoon became still. Two unfinished hearts kept listening, and for the first time, the silence felt complete. Every morning found us there, where the willow touched the sky. Mist would fade across the fields, while another day arrived. No one asked where we'd been broken, no one searched for reasons why. Sometimes silence says enough, when two tired hearts stand side by side. Then one morning you appeared, holding coffee in your hands. The warmth reached me before the words, long before I understood. Coffee before sunrise, steam rising through the spring. You smiled and called me out so gently, like you already noticed everything. You said you've hardly been sleeping. I said I'm doing just fine. You laughed, you're the worst kind of liar. And somehow, so was I. My fingers brushed against your hand, just a second, nothing more. Still somehow that little moment opened up a quiet door. I laughed before I could stop myself. The sound surprised us both. Maybe healing isn't magic, Maybe healing starts this close. The frozen river doesn't hurt, spring arrives a little each day. Some hearts bloom without announcing that they're slowly changing shape. Coffee before sunrise, morning dancing through the trees. No grand speeches, no forever, only moments carried by the breeze. You never tried to rescue me, you simply stayed nearby. And somewhere between your laughter and the first light in the sky, the silence wasn't empty anymore. It finally felt alive. The willows swayed above our shadows, birds welcomed another day. Between your smile and my first laughter, winter quietly slipped away. Before the morning found the hills, I walked the little road again. The world was wrapped in silver mist, soft enough to hide my pain. My father's sweater warmed the cold, the willow waited in the breeze. Every quiet step I took felt lighter than the night had been. There you were beside the morning, watching mountains greet the light. Before I turned to hide my eyes, you smiled into the dawn. When dawn found us beneath the willow, nothing had to be explained. No perfect words, no careful promises, just two hearts learning hope again. The sun reached gently through the silence, painting gold across the sky. Sometimes healing starts with someone standing quietly by your side. You raise your hand, a simple greeting, small enough the wind could keep. I answer with a hesitant smile, one I'd almost forgotten to believe. We watched the fields awaken slowly, morning settling on the streams. The world kept breathing all around us, as if it knew our hidden dreams. Not every story starts with thunder, not every heart needs saving fast. Some beginnings bloom in silence, growing gently from the past. When dawn found us beneath the willow, the mist gave way to morning gold. Without a single conversation, the distance felt less cold. A rooster called beyond the valley, the village welcomed one more day. Side by side beneath the sunrise, something inside me changed. Not because the pain had vanished, not because the road was clear, but because for one quiet morning I didn't feel alone here. The mountains caught the early sunlight, the fields reflected skies so wide. And in the hush between two heartbeats, a new beginning learned to rise. Moonlight rested on the wooden floor. Pine trees breathed beyond the window frame. This little room still held my childhood, yet somehow I had not stayed the same. The quilt beneath my tired shoulders carried years in every thread, but every thought kept finding someone standing in the sunset in my head. His eyes never asked for answers, they simply stayed a little while, like two strangers passing quietly, recognizing hidden miles. Maybe we're both running somewhere, maybe we're both trying to heal, looking for a place that lets us remember how to feel. I don't know what waits tomorrow, or what tomorrow wants from me, but tonight the dark feels softer, like it's finally letting me breathe. I left behind an empty apartment, walls that learned my lonely name. Every picture, every hallway echoed someone who never came. Grandmother already knew the truth long before I said a word. Some hearts leave before our footsteps, some hopes return without a sound. The stars don't hurry toward the morning, the river doesn't rush the sea. Maybe healing grows in silence, one quiet night at a time. Maybe we're both searching for something neither one can fully explain. Not to erase the past behind us, but to walk beyond the pain. I close my eyes beneath the moonlight with one small dream I couldn't hide. For the first time in forever, hope chose to stay tonight. Whispered through the darkness, the village slowly fell asleep, and somewhere beyond the silent fields, tomorrow was already waiting. Evening settled on the porch again, barely tea between our hands. The sky wore shades of amber light, fading softly over distant lands. Grandmother looked into the sunset like she'd seen 1,000 springs. She asked me, almost laughing, did today bring anything? I whispered there was someone standing where the willow grows. She smiled before I finished, like she already seemed to know. She said, this village keeps its silence and never asked where sorrow starts. Some arrive with empty pockets, some arrive with broken hearts. You don't have to find tomorrow, you don't have to rush the pain. Stay until the morning finds you, stay until you breathe again. His name floated through the evening, gentle as the mountain wind. wind, see you June like an unfinished melody, waiting for its song to begin. Beyond the forest stood an old house, holding stories no one told. Maybe every soul who finds this village comes carrying their own winter cold. The scent of pine drifted between us, the daylight slowly slipped away. Sometimes home is simply patience, choosing not to walk away. She said this village keeps its silence, making room for hearts to mend, not by changing who you've been, but by teaching you to bet. If the answer never finds you, let the seasons pass their way. Love can bloom inside the quiet, one ordinary day. One ordinary day. The tea had long grown cold beside me, but something warm remained inside. For the first time in forever, silence felt like home tonight. The field was holding pieces of the sky, soft blue broken on the water's face. A willow danced against the evening light, and I saw someone standing in that place. A white shirt in the golden afternoon, hands resting quietly inside worn jeans. He looked like someone carrying the years, even though he couldn't have been older than me. Neither one of us was moving, only spring was passing by. The wind kept turning through the rice fields, while silence learned to speak with eyes. Across the water, across the light, we met without a single word. No promises, no questions asked, just something quiet that I heard. Maybe lonely hearts can't recognize another soul that learned to hide. You never smiled, you simply looked, and somehow something came alive. A dragonfly drifted through the air, the mountains faded into gold. You turned your head for just a moment, like you had sensed someone alone. Your eyes were calm but full of stories, the kind no stranger ever sees. For one small breath the world grew lighter, carried by the springtime breeze. Some meetings don't arrive with thunder, they don't demand a reason why. They bloom as softly as the daylight falling from an open sky. Across the water, across the years, quiet feeling found my heart. Not love, not yet, just gentle hope, beginning where the pain had carved. You turned back toward the distant mountains. I walked the little road again, but somewhere underneath the sunset, I knew we'd meet, and this time I wouldn't be the same. beyond the old front gate. No map inside these tired hands, just quiet roads and morning air, leading me where silence stands. My father's sweater warmed the wind, his worn out sleeve still held his years. The muddy ground beneath my feet felt softer than the weight of tears. Little flowers leaned beside the trail as if they knew I lost my way. The earth beneath each careful step kept whispering, "You're here, just stay." Maybe healing starts this quietly. One small road, one gentle breeze, one broken sky inside the water, one beating heart among the trees. I wasn't searching for tomorrow, I only needed somewhere to breathe. But sometimes life is waiting for us where we never thought to be. Young green leaves reach through the water, fragile as a hope I left behind. Clouds were scattered in the paddies like forgotten pieces of my mind. Every ripple carried sunlight, every breath became more clear. The world kept turning all around me, even while I stood right here. Maybe every ending hides a doorway we don't recognize. The road keeps walking long before our hearts believe they'll ever rise. Maybe healing starts this quietly, one slow step across the spring, one open field reflecting heaven, one unexpected meeting. I lifted up my tired eyes, the morning suddenly stood still. Across the water, someone waiting, and so did my heart.